Hey, I'm Daniel Zapula. I want to talk about cross-cultural marriages. Cross-cultural marriages. I know what I'm talking about because I have been in one for a long time, and I hope my wife will say that it was a successful one. It's not without its difficulty, but we have been able to navigate through. Making the decision to marry somebody is a big one. It's a big one. It doesn't matter whether you grew in the same neighborhood, you're from the same culture. It just doesn't matter. Even neighbors, you can be neighbors and yet grow into very entirely different people. It's just the way it is. So in many sense, anybody who get married, you are living in the cross-cultural situation because every family have different set. Obviously, there are generalities and there are things that are specifics into it. And so in our case, I'm a Bushman from all the way from Africa. You been there? Hey, it's not that far. I'm French West Africa. You go to the end of the world there, past Timbuktu and turn left. That's where I am from. Just in the big bush there, that's where I am from. Anyways, I came in this country and I was able to somehow develop a great relationship with my spouse, my friend, and then the event led to us being married. A few things that really I found that are remarkable are these. Number one, I realized that she was very different. That was intriguing to me. In fact, our differences attracted us. I was different and I was intriguing to her, and then differences sometimes are intriguing while you intrigues, and through that though we were able to foster a relationship that we hope will become a relationship of trust. Those things, the way I talk, I have a slight accent, but again, that's the way it is, as part of a whole. And not only do I speak with an accent, I think I live my life with an accent as well. I always accentuate a certain, or put the accent on something else. And sometimes the things in which I put an accent on, she find a little bit hard to understand and to be very gentle and nice. All right, so sometimes it's just abruptly, it's like, wow, you put accent on that. Why is that important to you? And anyways, I find that that was intriguing, the sense of the differences there. But as we get married and we begin journeying and we begin realizing, those differences that seem to be really intriguing, they become annoying. The same, we go from being intrigued and attractive to being very annoying, and now we are going, it's traumatized by this. Just, wow, why can't this person do things the right way? Why can't they just understand that this is a way to do life? Oh, I just don't understand. I wish that I can get into their brain and reset the computer there, the software, so that it can work normally. And it's like I'm going PC, she's going Apple. Like it's a different system. It's like, how do we synchronize that? So anyways, it's like now we realize that our lives now will be defined by how we respond to these differences. Sometimes they are difference of kind, sometimes it's differences of degree, but we know how to walk through some of these things. And that is the challenge of doing life together. I must tell you though, one of the beautiful thing about being in a cross-cultural relationship is that you assume that there are differences. Sometimes people who do not live in cross-cultural marriages, a cross-cultural relationship, I think is a detriment, because they just assume that they are all same and similar. So if you come at it from the perspective we are different and we have to walk things through, I think there is a chance, there is a benefit in that. You know, that you assume that there's going to be some things that are different about the way you interact with life, the way you respond to life, you respond to the environment, the way you think and process information. So so you assume it, and by assuming it, it creates space for you to actually listen. I had to listen twice as much as is required if I were talking to somebody who I grew up with. Sometimes I don't even have to say something. With the people I grew up with, that we understand each other, because it's just silence, like through Bluetooth technology or something like that. I don't know, but we're able to, oh yeah, you can see the look and you can understand exactly what the look means. Anyhow, now in this relationship, I need to realize that my spouse, my wife, is not getting all the clues. When I say, well, she doesn't understand. I mean, I'm disgusted. Don't do that. When I say, manage yourself. But she doesn't understand, so I realize that we now need to learn a new language. We are now in the third language. I was speaking Greek, she was speaking German. Now we have to invent our own language. Cross-cultural marriages are great. They are actually beautiful. I really enjoy them. I recommend them. However, the challenge is that you need to learn, you need to create space where understanding is created, and that may be learning to speak a brand new language of your own. You may need to invest more time, more time in listening to the other person. Hopefully you'll be heard too. As you create space to listen more, twice as much as you would in normal relationship. As you do so, especially in the very beginning, I think you will be able to establish a great space, great discipline, a great environment that is safe for you and your spouse to live, and to thrive. And a great cross-cultural marriages, you can do more than just really enduring them. Actually, they are enjoyable. And to make them, to move from enduring to enjoying, you got to create space to listen, to shut up when you need to sometimes, actually to lean forward and to learn what the person's yes is, what their no is. In creating that kind of space, you may be setting your relationship up for an incredible add value to community. So let me say this before I just stop. I actually think in the next 10 to 20 years, we're going to see more cross-cultural marriages than we've ever seen. And so it's important that you listen to me. Thank you. Have a great day.